Okay, Bernheim Forest in Kentucky, and we are getting ready to do the Forest Giants Trail. Should be about 2.3 miles. Should take about an hour. Not too bad. You go towards the visitor center. I think it starts behind the visitor center. Nice little eating area inside the visitor center. Gift shop. Here you see the giant's footprints. Little fairy houses. Now you come to this road to the right, it's the Giants Trail. Okay, and the first giant, you start seeing it about a quarter mile into this little hike. Wilderness by Thomas Dambo. So this is Little Nest Forest Giants by Thomas Dambo. One of three. He's the youngest and smallest of the forest giants. Likes to explore and is excited by his new discovery, his reflection. And it continues on this way. As you might hear in the background, cicadas. Okay, quick half mile, and we are on this little dirt path through this field. Wildflowers here and there. Very family friendly park. Flat. This trail's only 100 feet, a little over 100 feet of elevation gain. You'll see a lot of dogs here as well. Very family friendly, very nice.
Come here, come here.
Okay, 0.6 miles or so. There's a Kona ice truck, some restrooms. See the big giant footprint. There's another little trail you can also bring you to this point over that way. So all trails may say that you are off of the trail for a while, but you're not. Here's the Sunshade Loop. And here we'll turn right to see the forest footprints here. Okay, 0.7 miles in here, you'll see two signs. One says Little Elina to the right. That's how the trail continues on. But down here to the left is Mama Loumari. And this is one of the other giants. It's just a little spur to an expecting mother giant. Please do not climb on Mama Loumari. We don't want to harm the baby giant in her belly. And now we are continuing on. We can go back out there, but we're going to go this way to meet the trail. Something else you'll see here at Bernheim Forest, Japanese nutmeg. So they label some of the trees so you know what you're looking at. Pretty cool. You can really hear the cicadas right now. And now we're off to see the third giant, little Elina. Okay, little Elina. Here we are in the Lake Nevin Loop. Just under a mile, it splits. To the right takes you down towards the lake. To the left is to the other giant. Okay, 1.12 miles, little Elina. Wide open in this forest. Placing stones for the leaf. All right, now we are leaving with Elina, and we're going to continue on, make this more of a loop. We're going to go around the lake. This is Lake Nevin, and we'll make a loop all the way back and come back towards the mother giant statue, and then we can continue back to the parking lot. So we'll see how long this adds to the hike. Acres, a living art installation of red bud trees and delicate flowers. 1,600 salamanders are supported in 1 acre forest. This is around Lake Nevin. One acre of trees produces oxygen for 18 people. And these are redbud trees. Here we think some grass leaf goldenrod, and over here some oxeye daisies. Continuing on 1.5 miles, a little spillway for the lake. Cross over. Neat little stained glass. Looks like a little bus stop. Actually pretty cool. It's labels put together that are sort of semi-opaque to make it look like stained glass. Huh. Pretty neat. Lake Nevin, 32 acres. Okay, 1.97 miles of parking lot. The lake walk continues to the right. Some restrooms here if you need them. We are in this quiet garden, and there's some clematis. And it continues on. Those are identified as eastern red buds. Almost around the lake now. You'll see the bridge here. It took us over towards the third giant. Right there. So we continue on, and up here we'll make a left. Okay, we are 2.37 miles just past the mama. To the right is another trail. We go to the left to head back towards the visitor center. You'll see the sculpture, so you know you're on the right path to head back. All right, 2.5 miles to this, and it looks like we found a sound garden or something over there. We're going to change our route again. If you've been watching this for any length of time, you know we don't always stay on the trail, so not uncommon. But we're gonna go check that out. So we turned there. You could go straight that way back towards the visitor center, but instead we're going to explore this portion of the trail and see where it leads. All right, there's another way to the giants, to Mama Loumari and little Elina. But it looks like that trail's starting to be overgrown. And back there where you see people moving is the newer trail to get to the giants. You see off in the distance, I'm gonna check out those structures. All right, that's what we're trying to get to check out. The trail is going away, so hopefully it circles back. We will see. Okay, we've done 2.81 miles to the left. That's a sensory garden or watt over there. That looks like it goes down towards the road. So we're going to the right towards these structures. Check them out. All right, here's a parking area here. We're not too far from the visitor center. On a map, if we follow this road to the left up here, it would take us to the visitor center. But we may walk it up there and check out those structures. Now here, we can go to the left. Across the road and go to the left and take back to the visitor center that way. Well, we're going to go up this way. It's the additional forest giants parking here. But we're going to follow the road, and there's a trail I see people walking across over there. All right, just past this additional parking. Earth Measure, interactive art that inspires, teaches, and connects people with nature. The science of acoustic ecology. The dome-shaped bowl tunes into the sounds of nature. Check it out. All right, standing in here, you can actually hear the echo from, this is pretty cool. How sound travels in the circle. I can hear you. Yeah, I mean,
Loud and clear?
about the same as can now.
How about now?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Really hear the cicadas now. If you look close, you can't see, but they are all over that tree right there. See the cicadas on the trees? Okay, 3.3 miles in the Century Garden. And here, if you look at the Century Garden, there's restroom, there's hearing, touch, taste, sight, smell, and a quiet space. Okay. So here is the smell, and the least scientifically understood of all the senses. It provides the strongest emotions. You can smell the flowers. So sometimes you need to get away from all the noise and be silent in your own little pocket of nature. This evergreen quiet space is meant to protect the wall, embraces you and helps you feel calm in these evergreens. Here are some silos. Proud to display the artwork of local youth in the Century Garden. Hearing, where you can focus on the soundscape of the garden, you might hear birds and insects. We've been hearing insects all day long. Taste. Gardens give us ripe tomatoes, tender herbs, edible flowers, and wealth. So here's their taste garden. And over here is the sight garden. Plants are typically flashy and vivid, vibrant colors. See the purple? Okay, now we are heading back towards the visitor center. One of the things we would suggest is to stop at the visitor center and get a map. If you're just going to randomly explore, like we ended up doing, where you can follow the trails. However, all trails, you can pull up just a general map of the forest, and we were able to follow along where we're at there. And off in the distance here by this bridge, you can actually, Christy found the forest giant we saw when we started. Over there. Now we're going to continue on the bridge. Sorry. Yeah, you can go up here and I believe, hey, Christy saw this. Put in a quarter, get some food to feed the turtles. And now we're heading back towards the visitor center. And here we are, back at the visitor center, just under 3.7 miles on this little excursion.